me llamo Filipon. In Espanol, dice Big Phil. Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Tonight on the show, I'm going to teach you how to make street tacos, but also how to make tortillas. Yeah. Did anyone ask for this? Nah. Well, yeah, my wife asked, but she's not here, so she's going to be eating cold tacos. Yeah, this is definitely along the veins of I'm just making whatever the f I want for dinner and we're filming it. That's the PGC origin story. Back to our roots. Not all of them. Not all those roots. Some roots can, you know, some roots are like tubers, like potatoes. This is a lime. There's gonna be a lot of limes in this recipe, but I'm cutting this one right now. It's my little beer. I'm having a Pacifico, which is a Mexican beer. It's not particularly like the best beer, but you know, it's not bad either. And I'm gonna put a little lime in it, because people do that to Coronas, and Corona's a Mexican beer, and this is a Mexican beer, so ho ho ho, and what do you know? Pretty good. When I was a boy and we would go to Mexican restaurants, I would get the steak tacos. And, you know, like it wasn't like a particularly authentic Mexican restaurant, but it was like my favorite thing. It was basically just like beef on a taco, and like I don't think I liked onions at the time, so I didn't get onions. Maybe there was some cilantro, but it's a very plain dish. As such, I have a fondness for it. So it's like if I went to a food truck, it's typically what I would get. We need to marinate the meat. I got a couple of meats here. One of them is a tri-tip. It's a fine steak. You don't really need to use nice steak for this, but for whatever reason at the store, I just like couldn't find the steak that I wanted. It's like none of the beef spoke to me. I also got some discount top sirloin. Can't go wrong with that. This is actually an activity that might outsource to a buddy, because you gotta chop it into really small pieces, and that can take a while. So, congratulations, Rain! You've been promoted to beef intern. Let me demonstrate for you. So you can make it however you want, but the end result should be very tiny pieces, kind of like this size. I think the easiest way is to cut the strip and then just go along the strip. And you'll be done in no time. So meanwhile, while Rain is doing that, we can work on other stuff. All right, we're gonna cut up an orange. This will be part of our marinade. And we're gonna use like 3 or 4 limes. And we're gonna roughly chop up a jalapeno just to get a little zip. You really don't need too much. And this is gonna get discarded, so you don't really have to worry about removing the cap or anything really. It's extra flavor. We are gonna add some cilantro to the marinade. And I'm actually just gonna take the shitty side of it, all these stems. Got plenty of good flavor there. Give them a rinse. Those will go in the bag. Yeah, it's a marinade bag. I should have specified that. Need some spices. Oh, I need meat in the bag before I continue. Nice. Thanks, buddy. All right, let's start juicing. So I'm gonna be juicing these limes. If you want, you could probably just throw the whole thing. Let's see why not. Unless you think you're gonna run out of room in the bag, maybe that's something I should be concerned about, you know? God damn, I was feeling shitty today, and I've had like less than 1/2 of one beer. I feel great. Here's that orange. There's gotta be some better way to do this than what I'm doing. Thank you for your work. Put it in my bag. For sanitation, help your buddy drink a beer. You're welcome. You guys missed the classy action that was in this in the kitchen today. John was taking a professional headshot of me, so I was in part of a suit. I'm hoping one day that I can get a thrift store suit and just cook in it. I think that would be funny. I put some black pepper, fresh pepper. It's so fresh because I broke it up. That was salt. This is cumin. Take it easy on the spice. You don't really want to overwhelm anything here. Here's some oregano.
It's still edible, you know?
Oh, Vinny wants that peanut.
It reminds me of my brown.
Ah, nuts! Red chili flake. Meanwhile, I'm gonna take these shallots and I'm gonna try to quick pickle them. I think they'll make for a nice taco topping. These appear to be French shallots, and you can tell by their cilantro. I don't want to host this show no more. So I'm splitting the shallot, and I'm using this little baby knife. I'm basically just gonna, I'm really just slicing them, but I'm trying to be extra careful because I think that's really the only way to get this job done. Would you say you're using a wee little knife? Ah, nuts! And we will stack these nicely in a jar. By stack, I mean put in. This is white vinegar. Let's do about halfway up. Some salt, just a big pinch, and fill it up the rest of the way with water. Give it a shake, and those will be good by the time we're ready to eat. Just leave them out. It's easy. Alright, let's get a bowl! Bowl! Alright. Here I have instant masa. It's a corn flour masa mix. I didn't mean to get instant, but that was what the store had. Gonna make the dough. So we're gonna make probably like 16-ish tortillas. That seems to be a general recipe. So that's 2 cups of this flour stuff. And we're gonna add 2 cups of warm water. Probably some salt. I'm gonna add just a little bit of sea salt. This is it's a finer grind than kosher. You don't really want kosher in that. I should mention that I've not done this before, so we're learning together. Pretty warm. So pour that together, ratio of 1:1 between the flour and the water. And then we're gonna mix it on up. Probably a tool would be just as fine as well. But I don't know, I feel like there's something more legit about using your hands. It smells great. You can see it's already like kind of forming into a dough. Yeah, the instructions say like mix it up for like 5 minutes or something, but that felt pretty instant. I made it into a ball. Balls! And I'm just gonna let that sit till we need it. They say you should let it sit like 30 minutes or an hour or something. I think that lets it develop something. I don't know, it's probably just some like magical tortilla science that I'm not privy to because I'm not Mexican. I'm not allowed to know it. So I'm working the marinade in here. Oh, I forgot the oil. That's important. Put a little oil in there. You don't need a load. Just maybe a second base load. That was canola. You could use anything, but try to have a fairly neutral one. You don't want your meat tasting like anything unnatural. It would be better to do this ahead of time, you know, like always. But you can do quick marinades by leaving it out. It'll be fine. You're gonna cook the ever-living shit out of it anyway, so if something breeds in there, it ain't gonna live long enough to reproduce. So yeah, we're gonna give that a time. It's like in reality, it's gonna be like 30 minutes because we're already behind schedule. And I'm hungry, and I don't want to get hangry, or angry, or hungry, or any combination of those 3 things. So it's gonna be 30 minutes, but in PGC time, that's like overnight. All right, we're back. It's been overnight. No, it's been 24 hours. I gotta teach you how to make a drink. This is a very special drink. I drink it all the time. I call it the Lazy Rita. It's like a margarita, but it has only some things in common with the legitimate one. Start with some reposado tequila. A little shot of that. What else is in there? The lime from the last one that I drank. Then you put some more lime. You gotta have that. And then, really all you need is some limeade. This is not limeade, it's lemonade, but for our purposes, it can be close enough. And the last element is some salt, and you could put it on the rim, or you could just put it in your drink. And there you have a really fine, fancy cocktail. It's so close to a regular margarita that no one will know the difference. I swear to God, it tastes better than half the margaritas I've ever had in a restaurant. That's better than fresh. All right, let's with tortillas. I got the dough, there it is. And I need this to be in about 16 parts. So I'm gonna cut it into quarters. You can see it's already I'm gonna ball each of these up. All right, we're cutting. Okay, and there's 1 and 2, and you know what to do. There's many ways to cut things into 16 parts, but this is one of them. You can see that these are very even in size. But you know, like making things of different sizes, that's pretty authentic. That's how you get people to believe that you know what you're doing, by not doing things the same. This is so uneven. We should preheat our griddle. There's a name for this thing. The one that I bought called it a tortilla griddle, but there's some kind of Mexican name, Spanish name, what the ever. This is a cast iron one, and it's pretty small, so we're probably just gonna cook like 1 tortilla at a time. It's thin, so it conducts heat pretty well. You can just use any old griddle, really. You know, in our tradition of learning together, I'm gonna do my best to, you know, like teach you what I learn as I try stuff. So like typically with a tortilla press, which I haven't actually shown you that yet. This is it. It's called the Tortilladora. That means the tortilla maker. It's basically just a couple of pieces of metal and you slap it in there and then you press it down. We bought this with Patreon money, so thanks to all the patrons. We also got that griddle and this tortilla warmer right there. These are my beef pans, which I figure will be, well, that's a good sound. I figure I might need 2 of them for the amount of beef we're cooking. Anyways, typically you want to use a piece of wax paper or parchment paper, but I read that if you cut up a sandwich baggie, it's like the perfect size. It kind of looks like it is. The whole purpose of this is that, you know, your tortillas stick into the press. We're doing a terrible job. Never went to kindergarten, never learned how to use scissors. Probably should be using safety scissors. So I'm imagining that that'll work quite well. And then the next step, you take your ball of tortilla, and I read that you should not put it in the center, but closer to one side of the hinge or the other, and I don't remember which one it was, so we'll try both. You press it down, and then continue to press. Oh, I didn't put down the other side of the plastic. That was pretty dumb. That was really dumb. I am dumb. That's pretty tortilla-like, though. I would say that's a general success, even though I f***ed it up. All right, let's try that again. All right, don't be dumb. Make a tortilla, please. Oh, wow, look at that. It's a tortilla. Yeah, it's not perfectly round, but I feel like we're at the point where we could try griddling it. If this were cooking better, I think it would puff up a little bit, but we'll just see. We'll see. How bad can it be? So you cook your tortillas for about 2 minutes. So it's supposed to be like 30 seconds on one side, flip 60 seconds, then return to the original side. I'm not really that good at totally guessing that stuff, but you want brown spots to appear. Clearly it's cooking, so that's good. I'm pretty optimistic. I feel like we're on the path. Oh yeah, that's very tortilla-like. Look at that. It's tortilla in process. Oh, that's good. We're getting a little bit of browning. You want a little bit of browning. They're starting to poof, which is a good thing. They are supposed to poof. We're on the path. I don't know, it's the first one. Who knows? I don't know. Well, we'll set that aside and we'll figure it out. I will continue this with more tortillas. I'll report back as I learn things or don't. But we need to get our meat going, so I'm going to show you that. I'm going to get a little bit of oil in these pans, and they're hot, so they're probably going to smoke up a little bit if we're not quick. You don't really have to worry about searing because we're going to cook it long enough it'll start to brown. Just put enough meat in to cover the pan. Don't overcrowd too much. There's some veggies up in there. It's not that big a deal. Might actually be pretty tasty. So the pans are definitely going to cool down since we're just dumping loads of relatively cold meat in there. But don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. All right, that's going to be close enough. Let's check out this tortilla. I mean, it's bendy enough. Tasty. I'm going to chop an onion, some cilantro. This is the traditional taco toppings. No need to see me do that. Okay, so all the liquid's been released from the beef. Some of that's the marinade. So we're gonna pour off the excess. And when working with hot cast iron, you gotta be careful when doing this. You can't just pour it in the sink's fine. Doesn't have to be perfect, but significantly reduce the amount of liquid, and the beef will start to brown nicely. And if it doesn't brown nicely, well, hopefully it just browns. So you should hear a significant change in the way that the beef's actually cooking. It should start to sizzle. All right, so we're in the char phase, and if you look at our beef, you can see that there's bits that are starting to brown, and the degree that you want it to brown is up to your personal taste. The more brown you get, the more crunchy little bits you'll get. It'll be really nice. We're on the path, baby. Brown it up. This is a pretty ideal level of beef char, in my opinion. I'm going to combine the pans just so we have more space on the stove. Looks pretty nice to me. And we will keep that on low as we continue to cook tortillas. I guess should have started sooner. Oh well. Be eating tacos in no time. These are dry. Don't make dry tortillas. Oh man, some like Mexican moms like definitely like just shaking her head like, oh, that Phil doesn't know a damn thing about tortillas. Get some tortillas here that I made. You can see that they're not that flexible, which is partly from them being dry, it's probably from them being kind of thick. So we had a crispy beef, and we will top it with some onion, these pickled shallots. Cilantro goes on everything. And then you can add salsa or hot sauce, such as Orange Danger, the one I made. Here's a video of that, blah, 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 blah. I just like it on everything. And there's the street tacos. Oh no, I forgot lime. Lime over that. The street tacos typically do not have cheese. If you're a cheese fiend, sorry about your life. If there is cheese, it would be like a cojita cheese or a queso fresco. But there's, I mean, really a taco is a metaphor for freedom. You can have any kind you like. It's taco time. Oh yeah, baby. One of my favorite tacos. The fresh tortilla is really nice. I've never done that before, but it gives it more of a, I feel like I'm eating grilled food, something fresh. These are clearly not the best tacos ever, like they're a little dry, but they're flexible enough and they don't completely fall apart like some tacos. You only have to use one, that's nice. It really was not that much effort. I'll definitely do that again. Maybe I'll make more taco episodes. But as a street taco, it's one of my favorite things. That's how you do it. Dios. Tomo Oregano, Mr. Sid K. You are to be picked every week.